What's good, everybody? There's a new female rapper making waves, and she might already be on a collision course with Nicki Minaj. Not because of a direct diss, but because of something she said that you don't typically hear from women in hip-hop. She basically wants the veterans to step aside. I actually missed it at first, but once I came across it, I had to dig deeper. So I'm scrolling through my feed earlier, and I come across an interview clip. The artist is described as an upcoming coconut rapper named Trim. Now, I'd never heard of this woman a day in my life. The interviewer asks her what excites her most about this era of hip-hop, and her answer raised some eyebrows. She said she feels like the so-called big dogs should seriously consider transitioning into business, starting their own labels, investing in new artists, bringing up the next generation. Her point was, if you're still releasing music but your heart isn't really in it anymore, why not build something that lasts? And then she went further. She said artists in that position should let others take over, and that she personally wouldn't wait as long as some of them have. She used LeBron as an analogy, saying if she were him, she wouldn't still be playing into her 40s because by that point, you're past your prime. Then she caught herself and added that sports is a different conversation. And honestly, she's right that sports and music aren't the same thing. But here's what makes her timing interesting. Drake is literally about to turn 40 this year, and right now he's one of the most active artists in the game, with some of the most talked about projects dropping. So the idea that 40 means you're done, the current landscape doesn't really support that. If anything, the artists near or at that age are the ones holding the whole thing together right now. My initial reaction when I read that was to just fire back immediately. I was ready to type something out, criticizing the whole take. But I stopped myself. I thought, before I say anything, let me actually check out her music. You can't just throw criticism at someone you know nothing about. That's not valid. So I went and listened, and the first thing I pulled up was a track called Coconut Water. And I'll be honest, she's got something. The song was fire. I tried to go beyond just the most streamed track too, to get a fuller picture of where she's at creatively. Then I found out she's from South Carolina, and that detail alone is significant. South Carolina has been quiet in hip-hop for a long time. The last rapper from that state to build any real momentum was Speaker Knockers. For context, when you think of North Carolina, names like J. Cole come to mind immediately. But South Carolina? It's been sparse. So the fact that Trim is already getting some attention changes things a little. The vibe of that song immediately made me think of Destroying and Adrian Broner dancing to it. That's just the energy it carries. It's got a bounce to it, almost like a Tyga-type record. So I went and made a little edit for fun, put the music behind some clips, and posted it on X. That's just the kind of stuff I enjoy doing over there. I feel like I can just be loose with it. After that, I kept digging, trying to figure out who she is and where she came from. What I noticed is that a page called Red Media seems to have some kind of promotional arrangement with her label, because they're consistently the ones posting her content, almost exclusively. And one of the more recent highlights was her performing at Rolling Loud on May 10th.
Recent moments was on May 10th when she was performing at Rolling Loud.
It's the princess of rap, you heard? Okay. Yo, DJ.
What's up, sir?
I see bad hoes and fine
Oh, they over there. Let's do it.
The caption on that post says she called herself the princess of rap, and Ice Spice is still very much active. To put it in perspective, this girl doesn't have a Billboard charting record yet. She's got a handful of songs, and one of them, Bo, was the track that got some real traction. It landed a Pussy remix, featured 2 other female artists, and came with a music video. But she's also got this other record called Chrome with a new artist named Slayer, and that song is cold. Slayer just had a music video drop through Lyrical Lemonade, which I still need to check out. But I'll be straight with you, on Chrome, she outperformed him. Slayer wasn't bad, but he was average on that one. She came in and did more with it. That's just being fair. Now, the subject matter she raps about is pretty much what you'd expect from a 19-year-old female rapper, and that's fine because she is 19. But what stands out is her flow and the way she constructs her melodies. It's catchy in a way that sticks with you. Coconut Water has that bounce to it, kind of a Tiger-esque energy, and Chrome is a completely different direction, which shows she's got range. Now, the same page that keeps covering her posted that Nicki Minaj blocked and unfollowed fans who were supporting Trim, and one account posted something along the lines of an apology to the Barbs, saying they didn't realize that supporting certain upcoming artists was actually being used by label-backed operations to work against Nicki. They said it took an unfollow to see it clearly. So from what I can tell, it was an unfollow situation, not a block, and at least one page is trying to push a specific narrative around it. That part is worth noting. What makes it surprising is who she's signed to. She's with Boo Vision, Boo being Akon's brother. It's a distribution deal through him. He's also the guy who signed Ian, the white rapper, who honestly has been putting in real work and improving. I don't like seeing people trash him when all you've seen from him is genuine dedication to getting better at music. But back to the point, I don't know whether Boo has any existing tension with Nicki or the other way around. The only organization that's pretty openly been at odds with Nicki is Roc Nation, and that's well documented. But whether this situation is connected to anything deeper, I can't say for certain. What I can tell you is that Trim also went at a 36-year-old rapper named Akbar V, who also called herself the Princess of Rap. Akbar dropped a song called Fiji Water, and Trim responded by basically asking, how can you call yourself the Princess of Rap when the music isn't hitting? She said making good music isn't that complicated, which is a bold thing to say when you've been making music for less than 2 years. But then she turned it around on Akbar, pointing out that there were no memorable songs, no real engagement, just someone declaring a title with nothing behind it. And here's my honest take. This girl is better than Ice Spice at making music. I'll say it clearly. She kind of gives a similar energy to Flo Milli, entertaining, charismatic, and she can actually rap. Flo Milli is genuinely talented and makes good music consistently. I want to be clear about that. I also mentioned Ruby Rose earlier, but she was more of someone who wanted to try rapping rather than a career rapper. She got signed to Hitco, which was L.A. Reid's label. Skinny from the Nine was also on that roster at one point, just for context. But the bigger point here is if someone is paying that media page for promotion on X, it worked, because it got me talking about her. And I promise you, I'm not being paid a single dollar to do this. There's something genuinely refreshing about discovering an artist organically while just scrolling your feed, finding out she's actually good and thinking a lot of people would mess with this. She's not trying to be a battle rapper. She can rap, but she's also making music that translates to a wider audience, that party music energy. That's how you cross over. She built an initial base off TikTok, and her label is clearly investing in developing her. But she hasn't had her big single yet. She hasn't touched the Hot 100. I'm not even sure she's been on the Bubbling Under chart. And that actually works in her favor right now, because everyone from her city is going to ride for her when that moment comes. The regional support in the South is real, especially when someone represents an area that hasn't had a breakout in a long time. She's also already picking up cosigns. In a Billboard interview, she mentioned that Doechii and Doja both showed love to Coconut Water. Now, some people are going to immediately say industry plant, but honestly, that conversation is getting tired. Labels are desperate for people to actually pop right now. They're not manufacturing stars, they're chasing them. And when asked about the cosigns, she said it just felt like her. She talked about how when you write your own music, you feel it in a way that's different. Celebrities can sense authenticity, and that's why they gravitate towards artists who actually create their own work. She also mentioned that she freestyled a lot of what became the song, which speaks to her natural ability. And on top of all that, she connected with Hitmaker, also known as Young Berg. If you don't know who Hitmaker is, get familiar. This is the guy who was known for getting his chain taken, and also famously claimed he'd never eaten at McDonald's because his parents always had chefs at home. I'm not making that up, but none of that takes away from the fact that as a producer, he's genuinely elite, especially when it comes to female rap. He produced The Box, he's worked with Jeremiah extensively, and he's behind a lot of the recent hits in the female rap space. She also made it clear that he handles the production side, but the writing is all her, which matters because Hitmaker does hand out records. A lot of producers in that world do, but she's drawing a clear line. So what we've got right now is a 19-year-old female rapper with real songs, real talent, real resources, and the confidence to hold her own publicly. She's not waiting for permission. I'm paying attention to where she goes from here. If you already knew about her, let me know how you found her.
And if you go check out her music after watching this video, drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you got something out of this, and I'll see you on the next one.